because that's all with your peers, right? Because I know you did a lot of sports,
Yeah.
so did the rest of you. But how was your experience with sports or clubs?
I actually participated in every single sports season, but I think I enjoyed volleyball and basketball the most. Typically basketball. Because of COVID, I couldn't really go participate in other tournaments before, but especially like this year and last year, we got to participate in tournaments in like Jeju and Busan. Every single game we had, we became very closer to each other. We made so much memories, and we like everywhere we go, we were just having so much fun. And I think because of the varsity teams that I participated, I think that's how I could survive the college off season. Like maybe some people would think that if you participate in varsities, then it wouldn't be more harder to maintain and balance your college up and your school life. But I think since I was burnt out in some parts, I think playing sports always made me refresh and get motivated. Yeah, I think that's how I could maintain my college up season as well as having so much fun in varsity teams.
Yeah, well, thank you. I know basketball I was there. It was really fun to watch. So I saw that happen too. Daniel, how about you? Do you have any experience with clubs or sports?
I consider myself as a big guy, but surprisingly, I did play in varsity sports. I was part of the StuCo for over 5 years since middle school, and I saw how the StuCo student council grew year by year. And right now, I am the president of the student council. But through that experience, I was able to gain that hands-on experience of communicating with the leadership teachers and communicate with the entire student body. And through that process, I was really able to learn what really is effective management and also what really means a real communication with the larger group of student body really is.
Just like the volleyball tournament we had last fall, I think it was October, November. It was also the middle of application season, and that brief hiatus like completely alleviated all the stress and burnout I had. And just that short amount of teamwork and camaraderie we had within the really busy semester just really helped us get through everything. I see a lot of younger classmen, lower classmen saying that I'm not participating in varsity because I probably won't be able to study for APs. I just want to say that's, in my experience and the seniors' experience, I really have to disagree and to say that participating in those things you really want rather than just focusing on your academics is the best way to utilize your time here at Fayston and through your high school life. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, thank you. Brad, did you do anything in sports?
No, unfortunately, I didn't participated in any varsity sports, but I did take part in a lot of student organizations and club activities. And just like all the people here mentioned, our grade have this really special camaraderie and like this tightness with each other. And I think that really created a synergy in operating this new projects and initiating this new steps that is unprecedented before. Like we started a company, like I filmed the movie. All of this were could be possible because we are all really close to each other and we were so open to offer help to each other. So like for example, like the company that we created together, each of us had our roles, and like and also for my movie, the main character in my movie was actually a student here, my friend. So yeah, like that, this like friendship, really special friendship, had really created a synergy in doing this activity.
I think while Toby was talking, he wanted to give the lower classmen a recommendation or a suggestion. Is there a suggestion or recommendation that you would give to the lower classmen right now at Fayston?
So in my 9th grade, I actually joined over 10 clubs. I know, it was crazy. because I wanted to experience as much as I can. But in 10th grade, I dropped out of a lot of clubs and I focused on a very few. And what that really allowed me to do was to focus on things that I really like. And the lesson that I learned from that is that join an extracurricular activity that you can gain strength from. So what that means is that no matter how much time you put into it, that commitment eventually will serve as a source of encouragement, and you'll feel proudful after do that. So I think it's really important to find a club that you can gain strength from, because if you do that, then the club becomes your sustaining power throughout your life in high school.
I actually have a really similar idea, but like kind of from a different approach. And Daniel mentioned that it is important to choose a right club activity or interest that you really want to invest your time in. I think Daniel could find that out because he tried out tens of thousands of clubs during his freshman year. So I think during freshman year and sophomore year, I would definitely recommend the students to try out just different things for sake of just trying it. And then when you become a junior or a senior, I think that's a great time to choose your interests or like your major activity that you want to focus on.
I would like to add on, it's really great idea to do as much things as you can, but I think you really have to balance between your life and everything like that, because there's so many students who are trying to take so many AP classes or like just do every clubs or every opportunities that school tries to give you. But I think just rather than doing everything, just choose your priorities. And because not like doing everything would not result everything as the best, just do what you really think is the most important thing. Even for the clubs or like that, it is very important to participate in different kinds of clubs, but still you have to choose priorities so that you won't be very overwhelmed later.
I think if I add on to that, I think it's really important to realize that if you're applying to a top 20 or a top university in US and you have like let's say you have like a 1600 SAT, you took like 20 APs, all the applicants, like 10,000 applicants, will have the same test scores. So it's really important to make your spike in your application. And I think that's why Toby's saying focus on extracurriculars, because that's the point that makes you a one-of-a-kind applicant. So that really separates you from other 10,000 applicants.
If I had, students who graduated before me tell me these recommendations, I think it would have been very helpful to be honest. Okay, so how was your college application experience? And why do you think the colleges that you are committed to accepted you?
Because of that, I think the college application process is, of course, really painful and really hard. Like, it's really hard. And it's really hard because you have to really look into yourself and figure out who you are in that short amount of time. But then it's also really so fruitful and like meaningful experience also, because you get to really have deep conversation with people who really care about you. And I think because that kind of teamwork really worked well, in my case, I think I was able to get into the college that I'm accepted to. So yeah, I think that was the reason why.
I guess my college application season was really, really hard but I did have an easier time because I worked with my dad, and that is one thing that I kind of like recommend. And also, I think the reason colleges accept people like as internationals and as Asians, we are at a distinct disadvantage because of all these kids from different, like China, Singapore, and all those kids. I applied as a philosophy major from an Asian country, and that's like, in hindsight, that it was really uncommon. And as a Asian male who's not applying for computer science, like that really set me apart from a a lot of other similar demographics, because one thing is that college does look at demographics as a very important part of the application, and it is a unfortunate truth that is in the world. So I guess make yourself distinct and special. It can stand out.
Well, to be honest, I think the biggest reason why university accepted me is because I'm a very amicable person. I'm very kind. But maybe I'm not being very honest at this time. But I think, yeah. But to be very personal, I think the college application process was a time when my Christian faith grew a lot. So to be honest, I really like challenges. I really like high stress environments. So like, whenever I'm placed in a very high stress environment, I'm really my inner sense of ego just explodes, and like, yeah. But I love to make decisions in a very high stress environment, and I also love the fact that when I survived through all those times, I grew day by day. But the college application process was a really big challenge. I actually was rejected from my ED1 school, but there was another challenge coming up, so I just took it as a quest for more growth, and I just gave it a shot at a school where I thought it was much better than my ED1 school, and I got in. And yeah, so by looking at those steps, now that I've finished the process, I think it was a process where God really guided me through all that process, and I don't think I would have been able to survive that process without having that faith really inside of me.
I would say, honestly, I think I had totally different college experience compared to these people, because Brian said he only applied to 20 schools, but I applied to 9 schools, which is less than 10. So I think that's could be a big reason I enjoyed my college process, because I'm always certain about my decisions. So I only apply to schools that I've dreamed of attending. So I didn't apply any of the Ivy or top 10 schools, because I didn't really think about myself attending to those kind of schools. Like for me, rather than name value, I think the school or the community that fits me the most is more important. So I think that's the decision I made to myself. So I would say I could go to UMich because I was very certain about my decisions during my all college processes. And because I had plenty of time compared to other people who applied to many schools, I think that's why I could focus more into depth with my 9 schools that I applied to. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I just kind of want to wrap up this time now. Thank you for your time. Really, I appreciate it. If there's anyone in your mind, in your life, or a group, or anybody, who do you want to say thank you to? Is there anyone? If there is, just take this time and just thank those individuals.
I really thank my parents, because although I receive a lot of love from the people around me at school, the people who gave me the unconditional love was my parents and my entire family. They trusted me throughout the entire process of high school, and although I had a lot of ups and downs where I felt very low self-esteem, they always told me that I was one of a kind, and they always told me that I would be a person that I really want to be if I had that conviction that I'll be able to do them. So throughout that process, I thank my parents.
I would also like to thank my parents the most, because sending me to this school, international school, and allowing me to go study abroad was a really sacrificial decision in many households, because it obviously costs a lot of money, and they decided to allocate their resources, their opportunities for my future, which is not really a easy decision, and I'm really grateful, always grateful that they made this decision for me. And I think that really motivates me to try harder every time, yeah, so I'm really thankful for my parents.
I would also say thank you to my parents. I've convinced them for like more than 4 years to send me to international school or study abroad after I came back to Korea from California. But my mom trusted my decision, and since I did well as I came to Fayston, my dad was very happy about that, and now they don't regret sending me to international school. So I'm very thankful that they have trusted my decision, and they're still encouraging me to do my best when I go to college. And even when I graduate college, they're really hoping my best life. So I really thank my parents about that.
I would also like to thank my parents individually. For my dad, I couldn't have made it without him in the entire college application process, because he was the only person I really trusted with everything, and he was the only one who actually helped me go over each and everything and take care of everything along with me, and that really helped me and energized me along the way, as well as my mom, who worries about me so much. And because I come home late often doing things outside, she'd always be waiting there for me and not sleeping. So I really thank her for that. And and for my brother, he seemed really pressured throughout my high school years, and I just want to thank him for. I'm crying.
Okay. When we're thankful for people, we feel emotional. That's normal.
Yeah, thank you for crying, Toby, because I almost was. Anyway, I do have to thank my family, because during my freshman year and sophomore year, I really had a difficult time in Fayston, and well, yeah, my friends really helped me through the process, and mostly my family did, because I wasn't like a good son, to be honest, to them during that period. So I'm really sorry for that, and I also want to just thank you for trusting me and helping me through the process. Yeah.
As someone who cares about each one of you very much individually, really, I know God's gonna just bless you guys. I know it. And I know He has such an amazing plan and direction for your future. So honestly, I'm excited. Really am. You guys are all in different parts of the country, doing different things, different majors. But what's amazing is you all come from the same school. Different experiences, but all took your own opportunities to get to where you are. So again, I and everyone in our school, we're so proud of you. So proud of you. So thank you for this time. We really appreciate you, and I will always pray for you, wherever you are. Okay? So thank you.